All right, let's just get settled into a nice, comfortable. Judith's already settled into a nice, comfortable seated posture. And there we go. So both feet flat on the floor. If your feet are down, about a hips width apart, and your shoulders aligned with your hips, have your hands just resting gently in your lap, and your ears aligned with your shoulders. Now imagine your spine is a beautiful string of pearls of light, and it's stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So imagine you're lengthening your spine. And then just try and relax the body. So start at the crown of the head, release any tension in your scalp, allow your face to soften, relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, the chest, the belly, and all of your limbs. Then bring some awareness to the sensations of your breath. Notice the breath in the nostrils, the chest cavity, the belly. Then just check and see if you're being distracted by any noise or sounds or sensations. And try not to allow the mind to follow all of that. And then just notice your mind. How's your mind doing this evening, this morning, this afternoon for some of you? Try and put some space in between your thoughts. Just allow them to arise and abide, and just let them dissolve as you refrain from engaging. But bring to mind all these people of our life, our loved ones, our strangers, the ones we don't like. Remembering due to impermanence, these relationships can shift around and change about. And then remember, they're all equal. They all want to be happy. They don't want to suffer. And they all have this extraordinary capacity for a Buddha mind. So we'll do this for all these people of our life. And I think I saw something from Lorraine. Okay. All right, Lorraine. Lorraine's dad's having some surgery tomorrow morning. So just think of Lorraine's father. Hope it's successful. So I think there is no negativity that can't be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind. So equally, we can create positivity instead. So we start with this power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all of our past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. Shayla, can you please check everyone's muted? So go ahead and mute yourselves if you're not. So, we can't bear the thought of any future suffering. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So we just think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And then we also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And then think, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, well, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. There's two sections here, refuge and developing compassion. So we think about turning to Buddha Vajrasattva, who we see as a doctor rather than a higher power, who has these methods that we can use to purify. So it's like a healing process, this medicine. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. So, the image that you have in front of you is kind of, there's a lot happening in it. So if you can't bring all that into your mind, you just imagine this kind of white Buddha, Vajrasattva, above the crown of the head. And he's got the beautiful face, his arms across at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left holds a bell, and this represents wisdom. The right holds a vajra, and this represents indestructibility of compassion. And when they're crossed like that, it's kind of representing this idea of enlightenment, infinite wisdom, infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So we have a little section here on compassion. So think about people you may have harmed, and then the ones who have harmed you. And so just develop for both of these groups a wish for them to be free from suffering, and particularly the ones who have harmed you, because they're going to suffer as a result of the karma of the suffering they've caused you. So then we come to this power of remedy, and this is the medicine. And here we apply a visualization and mantra. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown again. He's there, and he's very compassionately sending powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Jida meboa, Sutukaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Humpe, Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Jida meboa, Sutukaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Humpi, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Pida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, sitam triyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita, trida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam triyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam triyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So next is the purification of our speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and enters your crown, and quite forcefully. And it kind of forces up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking about people behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by the powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita Trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita Trida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita, trida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Trida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anorakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. And next is the purification of our mind. And Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So just as almost as instantly as when you walk into a room and flick on the switch, the light coming. Imagine the moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all your attachment, neediness, bitterness, grudges, disappointments, jealousy, all of this instantly dispelled as we recite the mantra again. Vajrasappa Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Frida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasappa Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Frida Meboa, Situkaya Meboa, Sipokaya Meboa, Anurakta Meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe, Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasappa Dina Patita, Frida Meboa, Situkaya Meboa, Sipokaya Meboa, Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Frida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Frida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Frida Meboa, Situkaya Meboa, Sipokaya Meboa, Anurakta Meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ah Hum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause for why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified, and think that there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time, imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar, and it fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind. So you imagine the nectar coming in and pushing out all the negativity of your body, and then the nectar flowing upwards, pushing out all the negativity of your speech, and then the light coming and just blasting all of the delusions. So thereby eradicating, even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as we recite the mantra last time. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anurakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Te Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita trida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sabasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe. So now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to enlightenment have been removed. And so now the power of resolve, the fourth and final step. So here you, first of all, rejoice in your efforts for coming along night after night for years now. I love that we can say that. And then just think of something you'd like to work on between now and tomorrow, whether it's your internal dialogue, maybe you ruminate, maybe you complain a lot. Maybe try and change, first of all, some of our internal habits. And notice whereabouts in the body you're actually feeling some of these emotions. To try and kind of make a connection between the mind and where you might be feeling it and noticing it in you physically, if you are. So imagine Vajrasattva's delighted with us, wants to merge with your mind and melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown and think, my teacher's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same. So we think a little bit about emptiness. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So place your mind in that kind of place of emptiness for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So let's just do our chanting the names of Manjushri. The great progenitor of all the Buddha's eminent and foremost son, arising from the world of true insight, the sourceless Dharma source, existence ending, comprised of Vajras, holy, dense, and firm, the newborn sovereign, ruler of the world, emerging from the sky, the self-arisen, a massive blaze of knowledge and of insight, illuminating beacon of great light, a lamp of wisdom shining brilliantly, a light for beings, a lantern unto wisdom, with energy supreme, most radiant. Okay, everybody. I'm going to take my earpods out so that you can all, that Judith can hear you when you say goodbye to her. Okay, let's just dedicate this practice for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to have a long life, and for swift discovery of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and for all of your own individual teachers.